So today we're gonna learn about AWS Elastic File System. It's called EFS. I'm gonna show you how to configure EFS and mount it on EC2 instances. If you don't know, there's a traditional NAS, which is called Network Attached Storage. It is basically a file server, which is used to share files on premise networks. So I'm gonna show you one example. This is a very simple setup of NAS server. NAS server. So let's say that there is a NAS storage configured by your company and it's mounted on every employee's laptop. So imagine that they are the employees. One employee can move a local file or can upload a local file to that mount point. So basically to this server, and another employee, for example, this client is gonna see the same file because he has also mounted the same storage on his laptop. You can also do the same setup on AWS using EFS service. So, and actually it's cost effective because you will only pay as you, let's say that how much you use the storage. So I'm gonna set up EFS and share files among EC2 instances. So first we're gonna go to AWS Management Console and we're gonna write EFS, select this service, choose create file system. We're gonna give a name, so I'm gonna call it my EFS, and there's only one VPC for me, so I'm gonna choose this one, default one, and the customize. By default, file system type is regional, so it means that there will be a lot of zones. Of course, it depends on the zone itself actually. So you can choose basically one zone or regional. Regional means that there will be more than one zone, so it means that your EFS will be highly available. Then there's also automatic backups. You can take backups of your EFS, but it requires additional pricing, so I'm gonna disable it. Then there is also not types but the standards or classes of these EFS. So basically when you upload a file to EFS storage, and let's say that you don't access your file for 30 days, and after that it's gonna move the file to infrequent access. So it means that you're gonna pay less actually. And if you don't access your file for 90 days, it's gonna move it to archive mode. And as an encryption, by default it's already selected, so it's gonna enable encryption of data at rest. You can also disable it, or you can also customize by using your own KMS key, but we don't need that, so I'm just gonna enable it. Then we have throughput mode. It's selected as enhanced by default, which is fine for us, and elastic is recommended. So basically it depends on the input output rights to the disk. So if you know that your workload, then you can choose provisioned and you can just add your throughput value here, but we're gonna select elastic as recommended. And we have additional settings. So yes, general purpose is selected, it's fine. I'm gonna choose next. This is our VPC, and as you see that we have 4 available zones. So basically I am in US West 2 region, and in that region we have 4 zones. It means that we're gonna 4 mount targets. So basically it will be highly available. The EFS, our storage will be highly available because of these 4 zones. If one of the zones is down, then nothing is gonna happen to EC2 instances on this zone. So we're gonna choose next. We can also enable some policy, so prevent root access, no need to do that. Enforce read-only access by default, okay. Prevent anonymous access, you can also choose this one, but for now I'm gonna choose enforce in-transit encryption for all clients. Basically it is TLS, transport layer security. So let's choose next, and I think that's it. We're gonna create our storage. So it is created. I'm gonna go to my storage, and here if you choose attach, it's gonna show you some options. Basically you can use these commands to mount your storage to some folder on your or some directory on your EC2 instance. You can also choose mount by IP, but we're gonna choose it mount via DNS. But before that, we need to create our EC2 instances, right? So I'm gonna write EC2. Let's open it another tab. Here we're gonna create two EC2 instances. It's gonna resemble our clients, like the first client and the second client, let's say. So instances, we're gonna launch instance, and let's call it EFS. And let's say that EFS EC2. And we're gonna choose Amazon Linux, T2 type micro, it's fine, without key pair, and all the things are okay. Allow traffic, SSH traffic from anywhere, that's fine. And let's create two instances. I think that's it. Launch. Let's go to instances. I'm gonna rename this one, so I'm gonna say client 1. And for this one, let's say client 2. And let's connect. So this one is client 1. I'm gonna use EC2 instance connect. Then for this one also. Okay, we are connected. Let's increase the font size. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use our command. So when we go to attach, we are provided two options. I'm gonna use this one. So let's go to terminal. Paste the command here. So it says mount point doesn't exist because this is the directory, this is the folder that we're gonna mount this storage to this directory, but it doesn't exist because we have to create it. Sudo directory EFS. You can also choose another name, so you have to change it here as well. But I'm gonna keep it as default, so EFS. Then let's run this command one more time. Okay, it says this file system type is unknown because this is special file system. To work with this file system, we have to install one thing, one library. Let's say I'm gonna use sudo yum install y Amazon EFS utilities. We should install this one. Also, let's install it here. I'm gonna copy it. We should install the same package here. So it's done. I'm gonna run this command one more time. So here we should create this directory. By the way, this is client 2 and this one is client 1. So we're gonna run the same command. When I see there's an error, it says it's failed because of timeout. So basically we can't access to this storage, and I think I know the reason. So if we go here, go to the network section, not network, I think. So basically we have this security group, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to security groups. This is a security group that is used for EFS. I'm gonna edit this one. Edit inbound rules. Then we should allow one inbound rule. it's gonna call NFS. It's using port 2049, and we're gonna allow this port from our EC2 security groups. So this is the one for the client one. Then we're gonna add one more FS, and it should be 2. Launch wizard 2, which is the security group of the second EC2 client. And let's save the rules. Okay, let's cancel it. Let's try one more time. It seems it's done. Let me do that here as well. Okay, it's already mounted, so it seems it is okay. So we can check it. tf-t hash. Yes, it's mounted to this directory, and the type is NFS4. Let's check it here as well. So tf-t hash, as it's here as well. So basically this is client 2, this is client 1. What I'm gonna do is let's go to this directory, EFS, and let's create a file. Let's say test.txt. Okay, let me use sudo. There's a typo. File is created. Let's check it. It's here. And we're gonna check from client 2 if I can see that file. So we have the same directory. I'm gonna go to here. Let's do ls. Yes, it is here. Cut test.txt. There is nothing. There is no content. Let's add some content to the file. So let's open using vim. But we have to use sudo. And let's say that. So subscribe to my channel. Let's save it. Let's just cut to read the file. This is client 1. So there's a content say subscribe to my channel, and let's check if it has the same content on EC2 client 2. So we're gonna use cut test.txt. Yes, it is here. So it works. You can also mount EFS storage on your on-premise VMs, virtual machines. However, this will require private connection to AWS. So you should have either AWS Direct Connect setup or AWS VPN setup. But I'm not gonna do that today, but maybe in the future I can, but it's not today for sure. Anyway, we have successfully configured our EFS and mounted it on EC2 instances. So I think that's it for this video. Bye, and see you in the next video.